3, 2, 1, Ben.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Hotspot Gamer Podcast, the only video games podcast that comes to you from around the globe with much ado about nothing. I'm Ben, at Ben K. Severd on Twitter. With me, as always, we have Will, we have Luke,
Hey!
we have Liam, and we have Mike. And I'll give you their Twitter names later. Well, before we get started this week on the video games and the whatnot, we do have to probably address the terrible tragedy that happened in France this week. Actually, just, what was it? Friday. 2 days ago.
2 days
2 days ago. To the families out there, the people that were lost, a moment of silence, I guess, for those lost in that tragedy and their families, and our hearts are out, reaching out to them. Okay. Now, some video games are coming out. It's,
Really?
yeah.
Whoa!
Is that what we're talking about? Do we talk about video games?
We might have to talk about video games.
What? No, fuck that. I'm going home. I'm leaving. Fucking bar.
Yeah. What is this crap?
all these stupid video games are coming out, and it's really pissing me off because there's no real good news stories this week.
I know.
So
Right?
I had nothing.
Well,
I had nothing.
there is, but it's not really that big of a fucking story. I guess the creators that are making a Friday the 13th, they reached their goal and it's being made now.
Oh, well, that's good. That one actually that wasn't on my radar, but yeah. As far as I was like trying really hard to find something this week to bring to the table, and yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing this week.
It's the end of the year. There's really nothing.
Yeah, there's no news because people are putting out their fucking games. That's the only news. I mean, last week we had Black Ops 3 come out. This week we got Fallout 4 came out. Next week Star Wars Battlefront comes out.
And then 2 weeks after that, Rainbow Six is coming out.
Yeah, so everything's just coming out. We got nothing. But we can talk about the video games that we've been playing.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Oh.
What is that?
Well, we're gonna jump into this monolith right off the bat. Okay.
Yes.
Is this some new game? I've never heard of it.
Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I bought it.
That B-rate movie. Game.
Liam bought it. Mike bought it. I think Luke bought it.
Yep.
But Luke's just looked at it, right?
No. I played it today.
B-side didn't buy it. B-side
No.
didn't get it.
I don't play
I did like how it came with this though. Let's see if I can get it up here. Works. I like how it came with this.
Oh, yeah, the skill trees. Okay.
Yeah, that was
So,
pretty good.
all right, let's talk about this game a little bit. So,
I got a bobblehead.
was that from the special edition there?
Yeah, man.
Right on.
There it is.
Yeah, baby.
I've collected a couple of those in-game.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Fallout 4 came out, and guess what? It's a Fallout game. Surprise!
No. Really?
Not sure exactly what it was that you were expecting.
No, I was expecting a Fallout game, and that's exactly what I got. It looks prettier than Fallout 3, at least in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I've already had to reinstall mine because mine didn't work properly the first time around.
Really? What happened there?
Well, I was having conversation glitches. So you'd be talking to someone, and then when it comes time to choose an option, all the options would disappear.
Ooh.
You don't know what you're choosing. So
I had the same exact problem for a couple of conversations, but then it cleared up afterwards.
no, mine. I kept having to guess what I was doing, and it fucked me up a little bit. So I deleted, reinstalled, and it's working fine. So I had to restart. I restarted on Friday night.
I was just
So,
gonna say, did you restart your game?
Yeah, so I'm only like 3 or 4 hours in at the moment.
I
I'm only
need-
level 5.
So you
I
still
had problems when I first put it in my console. My console was not reading the disc.
Really?
Ooh.
That's weird.
It wasn't reading the disc. I ejected it and put it back in 3 or 4 times. Then after that it started to install the game.
Well, I ended up getting it Friday. I bought it digitally. I had a couple of tiny bugs, and by bugs I mean like actual dead bugs following me for no reason. And then some guy sat down on a chair that didn't exist. But other than that,
Yeah, but that's to be expected from Fallout games.
well,
But I mean,
expected to be from
conversation-
any Bethesda game. I mean, if you remember Skyrim, they had
Fallout-
massive problems in that game. Dragons flying backwards and shit.
Conversation glitches when it comes to talking and stuff like that can really fuck you up, because if you're sarcastic or if you by accident say no to something that you would have gotten a big boy for a reward, for instance, or something like that. You know what I mean? You can literally fuck yourself up. So
I can only imagine you picking the sarcastic answer the entire time.
no, I don't though, because I want to go forward. If you pick sarcasm, you don't go forward.
Yeah.
They all sort of go, fuck you then, you twat, and we're not going to talk to you anymore.
Now,
You know?
what do you guys think about the dog? In my opinion, I think the dog is probably the dumbest creature on the planet.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my-
if you get Codswalled to follow you around, he keeps getting in your fucking way.
Yeah.
Well, the dog keeps making you get caught when you're trying to be sneaky.
I was just gonna say the dog keeps getting in my fucking way. Every time I try to build something around my settlement, I can't put it down because the dog's standing right in fucking
Yeah,
front of
and
me.
it doesn't listen for shit
fucking
because
move.
no, because if you tell it to stay, it'll stay for 3 seconds and follow you again. It's dumb. It doesn't understand anything.
Can you shoot the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I would do. That's problem
Yeah.
solved.
You can't
Well,
shoot
that's
the dog.
weird because I told my dog to wait for to stay when I was doing the museum thing, the picture you're busy doing at the moment when you get your suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told him to stay inside the museum, and then I forgot about the little fucker, and I went to Sanctuary, and then I had to go all the way back to him again to go fetch him because he was still sat there right where I left him.
Well,
Would you fast travel,
I-
or
I was-
did you just go?
well, I
fast
was
traveled, but I mean that's not the point.
Oh, that's
I was
weird.
inside of it was like a dead city or something like that. There was abandoned cars. I think the cars were powered by like a fusion core. They're all nuclear powered or something, because when they blow up,
Yeah.
it's like a big mushroom cloud. Well, I was fighting off a bunch of ghouls, and all of a sudden there was a big giant explosion, and I see it, and then I hear a dog screaming, and I'm like, where's my dog?
Uh-oh.
So I said, no, he can't be dead. So I left the town. I went back to Sanctuary. I'm like looking around. I'm like, where the fuck is this goddamn thing? And I'm like, oh, it's probably dead or hurt inside that town. Maybe I should go back. But maybe I shouldn't because I really hate it. I don't like the dog.
Yeah, the dog did some stupid things with me. That the part right after this part when the raiders come and then all of a sudden the Deathclaw shows up.
Yeah, fuck.
The
That's
dog
all
started
pain in the
attacking he started attacking the Deathclaw. I'm like, what are you doing? You're gonna get mauled to death in seconds. What is wrong with you?
No, I let my dog just get killed by raiders. It was easier.
I mean, my minigun's hardly putting a dent into this Deathclaw thing, and my dog's just like, oh, I'm gonna protect you. Ha ha.
To kill that thing,
Dumbass.
quick, dude, you need to it's constant headshots with the fucking Gatling gun. You need.
Yeah. No, I figured that out really quick.
How are you guys getting on with your Sixth Sense thing where you shoot your AP?
There's too much to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot of options there.
It's not about that. Who's experienced? Like I've got a sniper rifle, right? And it takes proper sniper bullets, and its range is forever. And I sit there, and I got a guy sitting not so far away from me. I aim at him. I get the headshot that says 100%. I shoot him, and the bullet goes over there instead of in his head.
Oh, okay. What you have to do is let's go back to I might be too small here. You need to build up your where is it?
Your perception.
Perception, I thought, yeah.
It's under perception, but it's also
Hold on.
level 3.
Well, just to preface
guess-
this, by those, but those for those of you who don't play the game or haven't played a Fallout game before, we're talking about the special system, and the special system is your upgrade system in the game, and the special stands for the different types of upgrades you could do, like strength, perception, endurance, charisma, agility,
I see.
intelligence, and luck. That's what special stands for.
There are 77 different
fancy
fucking
way of saying
abilities in this game.
perks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And
It
is
is
every
fucking
single one of them
ridiculous.
you got to get 10 stars for to max it out?
No, it's not.
No, the others are much lower.
The main,
Oh.
the main ones like the strength, perception, all that. That's like a lot of fucking leveling up. I think the rest of them are like what 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Now, this is one thing that I know Mark didn't get.
Drum
What?
roll, please.
What didn't I get?
The survival guide.
Yes, the survival guide is fucking awesome.
It looks huge, too.
It is huge, and it's heavy. Oh, and it's packed full of lovely goodness and training and teaching and looking and surviving. But some of the best part of this survival guide is you get a massive map of the actual
That's
an
cool.
actual map of the actual wasteland. But in my opinion, the coolest thing about the survival guide is it came with this. It's got this little folder. Okay?
Okay.
Inside the little folder is your specials.
Nice.
So you get all 7 little specials. I like that one, by the way. That's my favorite. So
You should frame those.
they are getting framed, indeed. They will be getting framed. But yeah, that's possibly the coolest thing about this pack that I got.
That's
But
pretty awesome.
the survival guide's cool because it shows you, it teaches you how to like properly infuse, like, you know, build stuff and get trash and where to store and where not to store, and if you're going to store in a place, make sure you remember where that place is or mark it on your map, because you you half the time can't find the shit again because the maps are so intricately built and stuff like that. But yeah, it's awesome. I've already found a vendor. I bought myself one of those Tommy guns. I got me a Tommy gun. Say hello to my little friend. But bullets for it are like few and far between. So.
Liam, the only thing big I ever bought for a video game would be this. That's the only thing I actually bought for a video
Oh, The Witcher.
Yeah.
The Witcher guide, yeah. Yeah, well, it's...
Well, this
it's,
is good bedtime reading, kids.
it's the game for me has been fun so far, I guess. I mean, I haven't really been able to play too much of it because, funny thing, my wife yesterday came up to me, not knowing that I had already bought Fallout 4, and said, "Hey, what's with this Fallout game? Everybody's talking about it on Facebook. And I've been getting emails for this Fallout game, and I don't even play video games." So I'm like, well, do you want to see it? It's on my PlayStation.
What do you think, honey?
And
It's like,
so yesterday we had a bit of a... It was going to be a game night, but it turned into most of the day where she was playing whatever she could, and then when it came to like, oh my god, there's an enemy, I get the controller, so I get to kill everything, and she gets to do all the rest of the stuff. Yeah. At least I get to kill shit.
Thanks, Will. Because
Yeah.
I needed that in my ears.
It was very,
Yeah.
very necessary. And by
It
that I
was.
mean not.
Well, I was talking to Sammy, the winner of that one Fallout 4 for free.
Yeah.
I asked him on Friday. It was Friday, I think.
Mhm.
Friday or Saturday, and I asked him, so how's Fallout 4? He's like, oh, I didn't play it yet. I go, when'd you get it? He's like, oh, it came in the mail on Wednesday. I'm like, oh, where is it now? He's like, oh, it's still in the wrapping.
You son of a bitch!
I wasn't mad before. Now I'm mad.
No, he said he was scared to put it in his system because once he'd start playing it, that he'd stop playing Call of Duty.
What's
Call
the
of
problem
Duty.
there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he started playing it.
I don't see a problem with that. Not at all. Anything to get you away from 60 frames per second first-person shooters.
Can I talk about
you
this?
even play them.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yes.
Call of Duty, we're going to talk about the Nightmare campaign.
Well, Mike
Yes.
and I
I
played
haven't
it.
gotten to it yet. I haven't gotten to the first campaign. So
And dude, I tried Googling images for Nightmares. I can't find any.
No, because not that many people have unlocked it, and the people who have are not like sharing.
all right, well, let's give us some insight, guys, onto how this whole thing works.
All right.
But-
Well, let's see. In order to unlock the Nightmares mode, you need to complete the campaign mode. Which
Yeah.
this goes to show that if there's not that many images on Google, that not a lot of people played the campaign.
Or have completed it anyway.
Well, the campaign's really not that hard.
No.
Are you telling me that people who play Call of Duty aren't playing the campaign?
Correct, sir.
Really?
Shocking.
But
Really?
interesting thing on that though is that actually a lot of people that I know who never played campaigns, I just caught starting to play it this past weekend. This weekend, some of the Bros Clan people are like Mike, around Mike, and his brothers were actually playing co-op campaign yesterday evening.
Wait, who did we get to play Nightmares? Did we get Dirt Rod to play Nightmares? Or was it? It was Sam and
Sam and Pack Leader?
Pack Leader. We got Pack Leader to play Nightmares.
Oh, good. So the whole time you were playing, you weren't getting, you didn't have somebody yelling racial obscenities in your ear at zombies.
But
No,
when you unlock when you beat the campaign and go to your main menu, it's gonna be it's basically its own story.
Yeah.
It has its own story. It's its own little. It's basically a whole nother game.
Yeah, because it's not just a reskin of the campaign. It's actually its own story being told through the campaign stories. But I mean, it's a completely new story. So it's an actual. I mean, I got to they did a good job on that. And there's even mystery boxes in there and all sorts of shit.
The mystery boxes you can just keep on opening and opening them.
The only thing I will say I noticed is that on the technical side, there's some stuff they still need to work on, like when you pick up the insta kill and stuff. It doesn't really tell you anything like how long it lasts. It doesn't like have the little emblem up. Maybe they did that on purpose, but it seemed kind of weird.
I think they did that on purpose, and the instant kill only works with the weapon that you're holding. Like, if you go up and punch a zombie, no matter what is on, like what perks are on, you still kill the zombie in one hit.
Yeah.
Well,
at least as far as we've got, we don't know if it gets worse.
And you can only carry one weapon.
Yeah. At this time.
Let's see.
There may be some way to level that up, but we just haven't figured it out yet. Because it's got its own leveling system, too.
Yes. And at first, when you played the very first mission of Nightmares, you're like, and you play it on regular, right? And you're playing with 4 people. You go through this first stage right here, and you're like, oh, it's not that bad. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, buddy. Just wait. Just wait. You're fucked.
Well, it was like, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as when we were talking about zombies last week and our first impressions on it. And I went back into zombies with a bunch of randoms and stuff a bunch of times this week, and fuck, man, I still can't make it past round 7 of fucking zombies. I still can't make it through.
I have more fun playing Nightmares than I do zombies.
It gets fucking ridiculous real quick.
Well, see, I'll tell you this. I've played the Giant map because I got that with the season pass, and that's actually my favorite zombie map that came with the game. Giant actually follows the traditional story from the older Black Ops, I've actually made it pretty high on levels on that one. But on the Shadows of Evil, that shit is just fucking off the chain insane.
Yeah, it is. And actually, B-Side, you told us before a couple of podcasts ago about the free theme that you get for playing the beta.
The Shadows of Evil.
Yeah. I put that on my PlayStation, and my son loves the music that plays on that
Yep.
theme.
Yeah.
So he'll be sitting. He was just this morning. He was sitting in his little chair eating Cheerios or whatever off the tray, and he just starts bouncing up and down.
For
I'm
those
like,
who
this
don't
kid's
know,
awesome.
that was the theme you got by playing the beta. Only if you played the beta, and then it came like months later, like a month later, you actually got it.
I didn't even notice it until yesterday.
Yeah. I just thought it's cool. It's a cool dynamic background. But yeah, my impression of Nightmare Mode is the biggest thing is it's just cool that they've added this much dimension to the game. Play something other than multiplayer, which I think is important for. Because there may not be many, but there are a lot of people still who, like my brother-in-law, who don't play multiplayer, not into being shot in the back by 12-year-olds. So
Yeah, I'm still lost in that. Still getting shot in the back by
Well,
12-year-olds.
I am too.
Dude, I could tell you what.
Yeah.
What's that really fucked up level in the campaign? What's the name of it?
Oh yeah, okay.
What-
Yeah,
what's it-
everybody needs to go and play a level called The Demon Within. So
Yeah.
I don't care if you stop the campaign after that level, but I will say this: I played a bunch of Call of Duty campaigns. That was the weirdest campaign level I've ever played, from beginning to end. By the time you get to the end, you're just like, "What the fuck's going on? Am I on drugs?" I mean,
Yeah. I can't wait to play that in Nightmares. Cannot wait.
it's seriously, if you've ever seen the movie Jacob's Ladder, it's the progression of death in a video game.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. So anyway, recommend it highly. Demon Within. It's like the fourth from the last mission.
Sweet. I still need to play through that campaign. So
Anyway,
I'll get
so-
on that sometime this week whenever my wife gets off my PS4. Nah. What are we gonna do? All right, what do we got up next?
We got. Where is it?
And this is why this podcast needs editing.
Tomb Raider.
So we're gonna talk about Tomb Raider. This is the new one that's not gonna come out for another year.
It's coming out next year.
It's coming out
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, it's coming out next year for PS4, but I believe is it out next week on Xbox One?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but no one needs to know that. Don't worry about that, people. Just
So this was the
Yeah.
supposedly exclusive Tomb Raider.
Yes. Well, it is kind of exclusive. I think they bought exclusivity for it for a year.
Yep.
Because it's only being released on the PS4 in the fourth quarter of next year. But all of the Xbone and Xbone One and Xbox 360, they're getting it all. Well, they've got it all already. They came out on Tuesday. I was supposed to talk about this last week, but yeah. Anyway.
hey, a question on that. Do you guys, in your opinions, do you think it's smart for the actual gaming company to do it this exclusive? Do you think they're hurting their sales? I mean,
No, absolutely not. Because when sales start dying for the
Yeah.
Xbox, they're going to start picking up with the PlayStation 4. So it's
Oh,
actually
okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, and it's not like PlayStation's really going to be missing out on much. I mean, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that we're getting this a year after, because
Yeah, 'cause-
the guys on the Xbox are not going to get Uncharted 4.
No.
yeah.
Well,
They're
the
not.
only thing that gets me is that Tomb Raider was a PlayStation game.
Originally, yeah.
That's true.
That's what I'm not understanding why it's going to be a first exclusive for.
Well, Microsoft lost Call of Duty, dude. So they got to come up with something.
Yeah, they had to pull something out of their ass, so they
Yeah,
paid
they
a bunch
got
of money.
Halo.
to get Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but
But
have you
Halo's
seen-
not-
Have you
Yeah,
seen the reviews on Halo?
yeah.
The
Halo 5.
reviews that I've seen haven't been too bad, with the exception of people aren't really liking the new game mode that uses the cards.
No. And also, they're not liking the story. If you play through the story mode
Yeah.
and you get to the Master Chief and whatever, they don't like the ending. I won't spoil it for people that haven't.
That's
still
where you
watching
see
it,
the
but I
thing
mean-
about cards, because it looks like that. The image that you sent me, Liam, has the same exact picture of the cards. Has the card thing in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I believe the game mode is called Warzone, and you get these rep packs, and you open up these cards, and you get these one-time use cards, and that's the people's biggest problem with these cards because, like, say you get one of the vehicles in the game that you really enjoy, you have a one-time use of that until you get it again. And you can buy these packs with real money, or you can earn them in game. Of course, it's much quicker to buy them. But yeah, you don't. They're completely random, and I guess the deal with it is, once you get the card, you have an increased chance of getting that card again. But at the same time, you're getting all these other cards that you might not want, and the chances of getting those cards increases as well. So it's kind of,
So,
you know.
but away from Halo, so what are the reviews and what are people saying about Tomb Raider?
I haven't seen anything yet, but I honestly haven't looked that well because I'm sort of wanted to talk about it for PlayStation 4. But if I look at the reviews real quick, IGN's giving it a 9.3 out of 10.
Well, they don't count. They give everything that sucks the sack of the mainstream.
It doesn't count until
Metacritic's giving it a Metacritic's giving it a 4.5 out of 5.
All right.
So far, it's looking good for the game.
Well, the last Tomb Raider game was
GameSpot's giving it GameSpot's giving it a 9 out of 10 as well.
Really?
Yeah. So it looks like a good game.
Hey,
It's probably one I'll buy. It's really, I really love the Tomb Raider series.
Oh,
And
yeah.
This one looks really cool. The fact of the matter is after Tomb Raider, there was never really a sequel to it. There was all these other games that came, but they had nothing to do with the original Tomb Raider
Right.
game, with all the
Yeah.
supernatural shit that happened and everything like that. So this one is actually set a year after the original Tomb Raider game, in time-wise, in video game time, and the supernatural stuff's been covered up by a company called Yamatai. I'm assuming some Japanese company.
This doesn't follow from the one that was out a couple of years ago. This actually follows on from the first ever Tomb Raider.
I believe so, yes. That's what
so
I'm reading, yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think this is save Xbox? Some of these games?
Oh, fuck no.
No. No. It's not a save for Xbox. They're just obviously clawing onto everything that they possibly can.
I mean, they did finally outsell the PlayStation in
Only
October.
reason why they sold out the PlayStation in October was because of Halo.
I know.
Reason why.
I know. I'm not trying to hype them up. I was saying, but they're still so far. I mean, in the big picture, they're millions of units behind. So it's not like a game like Tomb Raider is going to be able to sell them, 5 million.
Well, graphically wise, I think the PlayStation 4 is way better than the one. So
yeah. Well, I've read a small rumor on a blog about this Tomb Raider being they're trying to use the VR for it on the PlayStation 4 as well, which will be interesting.
You mean okay. Well, the thing is, I think with the VR, you're still going to be you're going to be able to play every single game with the VR headset because all it is a TV that you wear on your face.
Yeah.
Well,
fair enough.
I don't think every game, because the game still has to be able to change the ratio to fit in that screen, because it's not a normal 16 by 9 or anything.
I'll tell you what, I won't mind playing some Call of Duty with that fucking thing.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. You might get sick.
You're gonna fucking go cross-eyed. And who knows?
The game if it works, the game I want to play is that what's it called? The big robot battle arena thing. They showed rigs.
Yeah.
But anyway, off topic. So for right now, Hotspot Gamer says fuck Tomb Raider. We'll look for it next year and.
Yes, fuck Tomb Raider.
Fuck Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
I'm kidding. I know, I'm kidding. I can't because I'm with you, Liam.
all of you, I expect, played the last Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I remember playing the very first Tomb Raider on PlayStation 1, man. I mean, that was an awesome game, dude. At the time.
It was a good game, but it was also very frustrating.
Oh yeah, like when the bear comes after you and shit, man.
Well, that game was mostly frustrating because of the camera angles. Most of the time, the camera just ended up looking up Laura Croft's shorts.
And trying.
But that's what we wanted, you know. We
And
were always
what's
trying
wrong
to
with that,
figure
man?
And
There's nothing wrong
trying.
with it. It just makes it harder to climb.
Trying to get us to under you looking? No, then. Oh, she moved.
Also trying to put in the fucking cheat code to get all the weapons.
No, I spent hours trying to do the one where apparently you could get a naked by going to the swimming pool and jumping through the pillar. It didn't work.
I thought that was just a rumor.
I tried it for hours. We didn't have YouTube back then.
Well, Tomb Raider. We'll have it next year. All right. So, anyways, we're going to talk about, I guess, well, B-side. You're going to talk about something that is near and dear to all of our hearts.
Absolutely.
The first-person shooter.
There, let me
Which
just
is the first-person shooter is what brought us together in the first place. So
Yes.
we're gonna
for the most part, yeah.
we're gonna have a little PSA type learning experience with B-side.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the history, the evolution of first-person shooter, you know, and all of the above. For most of us, you know, I'm not going to go too deep into a lot of it, but the first-person shooter pretty much was acclimated when Wolfenstein 3D was released in 1992. Now, there were games, but for time, I'm not going to get into it. There were games like Midi Maze and stuff prior to that, but this was the first kind of first-person shooter with shooting and blood and gore and action. And I mean, for those who played it, it was really cool at the time. I mean, it was, you're like, wow, I'm running around and there's Nazis and I'm killing them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it was very
You had
surreal.
Hitler with Gatling guns.
Yeah. Now that you look back, it was completely ridiculous, but you know, but you did, yeah. You had you got to shoot from like your perspective, and I first played Wolfenstein 3D in 1993, about a year later, because I didn't have a PC at the time, and until then, and thanks to my friend Jason Crane, who was the guy who actually gave me the bootleg copy of it. Don't come after me.
I don't think anybody's going to come after you for a bootleg copy of Wolfenstein.
I know. Yeah, really.
Quick little side note on Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
There was a kind of like Christian-oriented game company that worked on games for.
Luke is really distracting me right now.
Well, they worked on unauthorized video games for the Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
They actually bought a lot of the assets for Wolfenstein 3D. Some business deal happened, went through, and they ended up with the assets for this game and created a game where you play as Noah and you run around basically the Wolfenstein 3D areas of the game with shut
up,
the
Mike.
fuck up, Mike. With
Go for Pedro.
you run around with a slingshot killing goats.
Yeah, I actually remember vaguely that thing.
I think it was Super Noah's Ark 3D or some shit.
But well, yeah. But from there, the next year came the game that pretty much was the game changer, and that was, well, Doom.
Excellent game.
Oh my god, dude! I did get that after playing Wolfenstein. I actually went out and got Doom, and holy crap, man! I mean, that was the best, most fun you could have with a computer.
And to bring it back to Jeebus again, I remember playing Doom in the library of my elementary school, which was a Catholic school.
Oh, dude,
One of the kids
we all
slipped
know
it
where
into
you're
one of
going.
the computers.
We all know where you're going, huh?
I'm going to hell.
Looking back at this
You and
game,
all the rest of us, brother.
I'm trying to figure out, because when I played this game for the first time, it actually scared me.
Yeah.
But now that I look back at it, I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
Well, and no. You know, the thing was, and then from these games, Wolfenstein to Doom, a lot of the FPSs that were to come out in the early 90s after that really used the same engines.
Yeah.
Same kind of like Unreal. I mean, how much stuff has been built up of the Unreal engine? You know what I mean? Like, and this is something I didn't know because I never played it, but I mean, I guess in 95 even Lucas Arts made what was it called? The Dark Forces Star Wars game.
Oh,
which was
dude, Dark Forces was amazing.
Yeah, I never did play that one, but Doom really opened up with all the weird shit and more weapons, so that was cool. And you know, what was some of the stuff I'd written about? Bethesda came out with like kind of what was it, Daggerfall, and that was 1996. And then in same in '96, the kind of next generation of Doom, Quake, was released. So
I fucking loved Quake.
yeah, I did
Quake
too.
was
Quake
one of my
was it
favorites.
Quake 3? On
Quake 3 Arena is so fucking
Yeah.
Oh, God. Dude,
That's
on Quake
mental.
3, I remember having a mod skin for it that turned everything to Dr. Dre and Eminem. I'm not kidding. And I think it was Quake or Doom.
baby.
No.
Yeah, the Quake or Doom. I had a mod that turned everything Simpsons. So you were Homer Simpson, and like all the little power-ups were donuts and shit. It was fucking
Oh.
hilarious. I mean, that was the great thing. I mean, the game, there was so much kind of as that came about. But anyway, if I look distracted, I'm reading through all this shit I wrote, man. So they moved on through the mid 90s, and then as we got up there, you know, into 1997, at this point, just for the sake of time, a game came out that was pretty much a game changer. And that was a console game, and it's the forefather to everything we're playing, in my opinion. GoldenEye, 007.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Does that not bring back images? I mean,
It does.
memories,
It
dude.
does.
The 4 fucking screens.
What reminds me of this, what I can remember about this level, were the hidden doorways. You can go inside like the wall, and there's like hidden doorways in this level. But my friends always hated playing this game with me because they could never beat me. It was great.
I got plenty of memories of going over my friends' houses because I think at the time I had a Sega Genesis, and my friends had Super Nintendo or
Right.
N64, and yeah, it was just GoldenEye on the N64.
Dude, all the time. The first time I played it, I was like, what? And then my friend's like, oh, check this out. And he turns on paintball mode, and you're like, oh.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's not the father of it, but it really is when it comes to the console side of multiplaying first person shooters. It changed everything. So
But there were games before this for consoles.
yeah,
Me and you had this
Oh, yeah,
discussion
yeah.
before, like for the Atari Jaguar, they had Alien vs Predator, which was fucking amazing.
yeah, oh yeah, there were other games, but I mean that was Nintendo, and then Nintendo in 1997 was still the shit. I mean, Nintendo 64 was huge. But anyway, so we moved on from, and getting into the later 90s. Then, a game that, and one of my favorite games at the time was Half-Life, dude. The original Half-Life. It came out in '98, and I think it was cool because it was. The game looked amazing and played really cool, and it was not just. It was kind of a shooter, but it was kind of a quest, and I just loved it. But by the time Half-Life 2 came out, I was like over all that. So, and around the same time too, Unreal came out, and that game was pretty much what so many games based their engine off of for other games.
I'm forgetting what year it came out, but somewhere in there also Bungie put out its first game, Marathon.
Yeah, I didn't even see anything about that, but I mean, I believe they did. Also, going back to '96 was also the year they released Duke Nukem 3D, which you remember you could go to the strip club and everything in that, and it was a big deal because it was all.
You could go to the toilet as well.
There were slightly covered boobs in that game.
Mhm. But it was Hey, it was boobs on a video game. What more could you ask? Anyway, so it progressed into the 90s, and then what the people consider the godfather of tactical first-person shooters came out, and that was Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. I mean, because they kind of came out coincided. And Rainbow Six was really changed it for me. I mean, I don't think I'd be playing Call of Duty or any of those games now if it hadn't been for Rainbow Six. That game was freaking amazing, and the planning and all the stuff you actually had to think about. It was like an RPG meets a shooter.
Did you play on the PC or Nintendo 64?
PC. Back then I had a PlayStation 1 and I had a PC at that point, because prior to that it was all Sega Genesis and Nintendo, baby.
What made this game really weird made it really weird because you didn't see your weapon or anything. All they gave you were the crosshairs.
What's that?
They only gave you the crosshairs. You couldn't really see your weapon or anything. In the original Rainbow Six.
Oh, the original Rainbow Six?
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't until Rainbow Six, like, I think, what was it, the Rogue Spear or whatever, that you really got the good graphics.
Yep.
But they did, I mean, they progressed and it became great. So, in moving forward from there, then you get into the early 2000s. Bungie came out with Halo in 2001. Oh, and right before that, one of my favorite games was coming out in '98 was Alien vs. Predator for the PC, and then my favorite was Alien vs. Predator 2, which was just a freaking amazing game. They have not made one as good as that since last of the proper Alien games. And going back on that, and all of you will remember, who here remembers Alien Trilogy on the PlayStation 1?
It scared me.
I never played it.
That game at the time was a first-person game, and what was that, Mike? About '96 or so, right? Like
around there,
yeah. And it was just really cool at the time. So, to say the least, as they progressed into the 2000s, then 2003. This is the game I forgot to talk about. MechWarrior, which actually started in the late '80s. It's kind of a first-person game. It is a first-person game, but it's not necessarily a shooter because it was an RPG and all sorts of things. For those who played it, know at its time, this game was just super awesome. You had giant robots, you built them up, you climbed in the cockpit. I mean, look at that. That's cool. And got to beat other robots up.
The scale of the controller this game came with.
Oh yeah, the special controller you could get
Yes.
was insane, dude. It had like a fucking thrust controls.
It had 40 buttons on it, and they all
Yeah.
did something.
Yeah. Yeah, and MechWarrior, which progressed from the late '80s up to the '90s, and I think to the 2000s. Now they even have a MechWarrior online. So, anyway, I mean, it culminated, and then into the 2000s, you had 2003's Call of Duty. Just Call of Duty, I mean, which started a trend of games that, well, we're still playing today. Yeah, look at them. And sorry about that picture. I know it's cheesy, but
Yeah. The gravy train started with that one, man. Call of Duty Classic.
Well, and the funny thing is, though, to give a big shout out, Battlefield 1947 actually came out the year before Call of Duty. So I mean,
Yeah.
But and those games there started a whole trend with that Battlefield. Medal of Honor? All these action shooter games that were kind of left the tactical thing like Rainbow Six had away into this just all out, get shot in the back by a 12-year-old. that we're all addicted to because we all keep going back and playing it. And so,
spawn die.
to say the least, I just wanted to give to all the developers and game designers and everybody who's worked on these games over the years. This is where I just want to finish this part out. Just a big thank you, because you guys made a gaming system and through to Destiny that has lasted and endured, and the people either love it or hate it. People play them,
Yes, they do. A lot of people.
Yeah, I can't put Destiny down.
No.
Fallout 4, but
Yeah.
still playing Destiny.
And on that Star Wars he flashed, that's just a big thing. That's coming out November 17th. All I want to say on that is, may the Force be with you, and I want to see all you Star Wars fans out there kicking ass and teabagging stormtroopers. So, I'm done. I took up half the time. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
I just wanted everybody to know I spent a lot of time this last week actually writing all this shit down. I have a big ass list of stuff here. I mean,
That's what happens when we come prepared.
and it's amazing. We're almost professional. Wow. So,
Yes, and my Schwartz is just as big as yours, sir.
Oh!
Whoa!
Whoa! Don't take it there now, Will. I mean, Ben.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I always gotta take it there. The dick jokes, it's second nature.
wait, what was that called on the on Ludicrous Speed? Let's hit Ludicrous Speed.
Yeah.
He's just gone plaid.
You just gone plaid.
For all you kids out there, Spaceballs, look it up.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that movie, Mel Brooks, Spaceballs, fucking genius.
Yeah, anything Mel Brooks, go watch it.
Anyway, so on to the next.
Yeah, we got one more topic to talk about today, and Mike bringing this back to the table, or no, Luke is bringing it back to the table.
I am,
Because we've talked about this game, I think, almost as much as we talked about Destiny.
Yeah, we've been talking about Dying Light.
Dying Light. What's going on with this game?
It's like the zombies in the game, they just don't die. But now, there was some more information come out the other day, like they're announcing the Windows copy soon for when it's been released. It's the add-on. But if you've got a season pass, apparently it's free. But yeah, it's the new expansion, the following, which you go into the outback and you've got to find a cult called like the Mothers of the Sons of the Gods of the Suns or something stupid. They've got a really ridiculous name. So you've got to go find out why they're not affected by, because there's zombies all around them. Apparently they're not affected by them, but they might have the story of where the attack come from. But they reckon the map just for this DLC is the same as the new and the old town in the first one put together. And you've got to use a car to get through most of it. It's massive. But you also get a cool Dune buggy, which you can add attachments to and get blueprints to like pimp your own ride, just to go destroy zombies.
And they've also upgraded the AI on the zombies. They said because they had to make them a little more intelligent because the with the cars and all the speed pickup, they were going to be too easy to kill.
Yep.
So have you ever played this thing on hard? This game on hard is fucking ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, you've still got obviously the scavenging, and you've got the main basis of the original game still there, but they've also got to put the crossbow in because they said it's what they were most asked for, was a crossbow.
Yeah, everybody wants to be Daryl from Walking Dead.
But yeah, there was about a 10-15 minute clip of somebody running around with a crossbow earlier, and every time they were shooting him in the head, it was instant kill, so it's pretty sweet. But they've also put in a lot more guns into it, like SMGs. You know, as a like 5-minute section, they're still going around with SMG. So it's going to be more shooter based than stealth by the look of it. Which was a bit. I preferred the sneaking around and stuff. And
it's really hard to sneak around in this game.
Yeah, but
just so people know, if you bought the season pass like me, you will be getting that free. I think everybody else is going to be like $15 or something.
Yeah, $14.
The image I'm showing right now, if you look down in the left-hand corner next to the WB symbol, there's a $15 mark right there.
Yep. But if you were smart enough to spend $20 for the season pass, you get it for free.
Which you can still buy on the PlayStation Store and Xbox Store.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to buy it now. It's something tells me this is going to be the last DLC for this game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're just jumping into it right now, and
that's true. No, if you're just going to go out and pick up Dying Light after listening to us, going, "Wow, are these Hotspot Gamer guys right?" I would highly recommend getting it because with the that season pass, you get the Bozak Horde and all the other stuff that came out. So,
well, this is one of the best games of the year.
Yeah, it was. It took me off Destiny for a couple of weeks. It was definitely good. But yeah,
I mean, if it took you away from Destiny, it's got to be good.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you still play as Crane. You go find your friend in the outback, and then obviously you've got to go find his cult, which is the mother beloved by the god of the sun or something, and find out what's going on. What was it? I lost my page. Yeah, that's it. They've got a new system in place where you used to get your skills like when you were climbing, you used to build up and stuff like that. If you're going around this game and you help people and stuff like that, you've got a trust system. So the higher the trust bar gets, the more the locals in the game trust you and they give you information or help you out. But
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
So they've tried to add something new to it.
I just now is. Do you know if the level cap is going to be changed?
I didn't see anything about that. I did look at that, but that's when I found about this loyalty system. I don't know. Trust system.
You know, and with this, this game has done this well that where they continued. I cannot wait to see what they do for the next one.
Well, yeah, some of the big zombies are back in it. They don't show it you. They just show you a train car rocking. So they've definitely put, there's a lot of effort into it. It's going to be a big
in
map.
my opinion, those big zombies with like the big clubs. They need to do something with those guys because those guys are fucking dumb as fuck. They don't. You get close to them, and then it takes them so long to attack you, and you just simply back off a little bit, go and attack them, back off a little bit, go back and attack them. They need
stand on a roof and shoot them.
Yeah, they need to make it a little bit more challenging. Now, if they made those things like the runners, like they can climb fucking buildings, that'd be fucking scary as fuck. If they can fucking chase you instead of being slow.
That'd be good. Well, I like the fact you get to pimp your own buggy out as well.
Yes, that's pretty cool. You
But
customize it.
the crossbow, by the look of it, you don't have to go find it yourself. It's one of the first things you get picked up on. They'll take you to go look at this new. Your friend sort of takes you to look at the vast landscape and stuff like that, and then you go back to get into your car and somebody stole it. So then you've got to go.
With the whole crossbow thing, I understand like why people want a crossbow, but if you say that you want a crossbow because you want to be stealthy, there's a gunsmith, and I forgot what part of the game, but there's a gunsmith you find, and he'll actually make you a silencer for your handgun.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's new too. They added that. That wasn't in the original game.
No.
I haven't played it for a while. Might have to have a look.
All right, well,
So,
bringing it back a little bit, Mike, you said this was going to be one of the big games of the year, right?
What?
Dying Light.
Dying Light? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the big games of this year. Yes.
Well,
it's the unexpected game.
we'll gloss over it a little bit today, but we have to get to work on our Hotspot Gamer games of the year. So I'm thinking over the next week we're gonna think up some categories. We're gonna think up some games, whatever came out this year. We'll pile them all into one big glob and then dissect it.
Do you think we should make like a poll so the fans of Hotspot Gamer should vote?
Nah, screw the fans. This is about us.
Yeah, man. They might like crap games.
No, this is what Hotspot Gamer thinks about the games of the top games of this year.
Okay.
So
It'll be every game excluding Destiny. Destiny's not allowed in the top 10.
No, Destiny was released last year.
Taken
so.
King's allowed though.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, Taken King is allowed.
allowed.
That's yeah.
It's a
There's
full
one
retail
thing-
release.
One thing I wanted to talk about before we close everything up.
Sure.
Let me pop it up on here for everybody to see.
Mm-hmm.
The social space.
Yes,
Yes.
we've been tweeting and Facebooking about this all week.
Yes.
Come join us.
Yes, we do have.
And right there's my friend Jason.
I'm guessing.
Hey, there I am. Look at me. Can't miss my character.
So.
All right, Mike, why don't you tell us about this?
Okay, so this. Okay, let me sign in for a second so you guys can see what's going on.
This thing is so much fun. It's like playing with a snowblower. It's just great.
Okay, so anyways, you had this thing called gamer tokens. You earn gamer tokens by posting new stuff on the forum. You get 10 for that. If you send out an invitation and they accept it and it's successful, you will get 15. Making friends, you get 20. Uploading images, you get 30 points per image. Uploading new videos, you get 40 per video. Now, you don't really need to upload from your computer, you can go to your phone or go on your YouTube, get the URL for your YouTube video you want to post, and you can post them on there, and you get 40 points just for sharing a link from YouTube.
Okay.
For every 10 minutes you're online, you get 5 tokens. D Savage. Who is D Savage?
David. Call of
David
Duty.
Savage.
Yeah.
That's Red Knight RD.
Red Knight RD, yeah.
Okay, so right now he is in first place with 155 tokens.
What do these tokens get you, man?
The tokens,
Tell
they
me
can
what
buy
you win there.
they can buy your way into tournaments that we were holding. Mainly Call of Duty because it's a lot easier to hold a tournament in Call of Duty.
Yep.
For a certain amount of tokens, you can enter one time in the lotto. So you can use it for the lotto. And another thing is that you can cash in your tokens to receive a Hotspot Gamer T-shirt.
How many tokens for a T-shirt?
A lot.
You better be posting and sharing and
Put it this way: these gamer tokens are going to work just like your power-up reward points. So
these are the Hotspot Gamer power-up reward points.
So if you want a T-shirt, it's probably going to cost you about 200,000 gamer tokens to get a free shirt.
So is this going to work like sort of like an in-game currency that you can, pay to win?
Yeah, can we
Yes.
microtransactions?
That's right.
Well, what, buy tokens? No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't buy tokens.
Oh, come on.
Like, dude,
If you want to buy Hotspot Gamer gear that bad, just talk to Mike, contact Mike, and say, Mike, tell me what I got to buy, and Mike will say, spend your money here.
Yes, he'll say, buy now.
Yeah. Shut up and take my cash.
Yes. So, anyways, this thing has only been up for what, a week?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
About a week, and dude, I already almost have 500 gamer tokens, but
just so you know that Hotspot Gamer employees are not allowed to use this.
Yeah.
I mean, we're allowed to be on here, but we're not allowed to use the tokens.
So yeah, like I uploaded, like all these videos are mine because nobody really goes on here. I uploaded a Fallout one. It's basically just plays just like a YouTube video.
Right.
Because it is a YouTube video.
Right.
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to explain it. Damn it. Anyways, it does show you the percentage of how long you spend online on this website, and I 100% obviously because I'm always on here. So yeah, that's it. Get online, start earning your gamer tokens so you can buy your way into tournaments, and if you win the tournament, you'll win free stuff too. So look for those. I'm done.
All right.
But does that mean I have to go buy Black Ops 3 now because you're gonna do the tournaments on Call of Duty?
No,
you wanna be-
Hey,
go without
Luke,
it.
look on your
Yo.
screen. See, I got a picture of your face in the screen while me selfieing. So now you and I are in a selfie picture together. That's right.
Yeah.
Luke photobombing. sorry, I degrade. We're about done.
Yeah, you just degraded the show. That's for sure.
My God, though. By the way, I love the movie behind you. One of my favorite movies all time.
Yeah, Luke has to turn around and be like, "What movie is that?"
Dude, I wish I were big.
One day you will be a big boy, Will.
I know. Right now I've got. Never mind. We're gonna. I'll degrade
All right, well,
too
let's
far.
stop getting Will's hopes up for the future, and we'll end the podcast. So, this has been the Hotspot Gamer podcast for this week. As always, you can find us on our website, www.hotspotgamer.com. You can find us over at Twitter, at HSGamerReviews. You'll be talking to either me or Mike. B-Side, you can find B-Side on Twitter at B-Side_23. Luke, you can find on Twitter at Lucas01527. And Liam, you can find him on Twitter at LiamFinnegan7 because he's hitting the fuck out of his earphones and it's actually coming over the show. So that's fine. Okay. Onward from that, you can find us over on Facebook. Just look up Hotspot Gamer and we still didn't get that Pinterest stuff, and I'm really disappointed in you guys. And don't forget to sign up to the social space.
Yeah, social space.
Social space.
Yeah, so run over to Hotspot Gamer. You can click on the link. I believe there's a link on the homepage, right, Mike?
There's actually the social spaces on the website.
Right, but is there a link to go straight to that page on the homepage, Mike?
It's
Well,
too
it's at
long.
the
For you,
top.
it's too long for you to mention. Just go to hotspotgamer.com, sign up.
Go to hotspotgamer.com and sign up, and you can also, for a nominal fee of $5, you can put one entry into our lotto for March, which will yield you one of 3 games if you win. Well, 2 because one's not coming out.
It will come out. We're hoping.
Uncharted 4.
Hang on. The Division, they've actually got a release date and pre-order thing now in game.
My brother-in-law pre-ordered that game almost a year and a half ago when it had a release date and a pre-order. So I'm just saying.
Well, anyways,
pre-ordered that game 3
the
times.
3 games you can choose from are Uncharted 4,
Yep.
The Division,
Yeah.
and fuck it, I forgot the other one. Hitman. So get Uncharted 4 when you win.
Hitman, yeah.
I would rather get Hitman.
So actually, you have a choice between Hitman or
Uncharted. Yeah.
Uncharted.
that's pretty much
Yes.
it.
The Division's the dodo bird. We'll never find it.
I don't know. It's same release date, 8th of March.
Luke, it's extinct. Just like the
It
dodo.
will come out, goddammit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way,
When the PlayStation 5 comes out.
from all of us, to all of you, France, our heart is with you, and have a
Yeah.
great week and keep on gaming.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
And stop